Alright, let's give this a go. I really like Urza. I really like how Urza looks like a young Saruman. When we look at the posing, they're both pointing their hand or finger. Very cool, very cool. Let's see what we're working with here. Green-black deck. Okay, and that's it, guys. That's all we need. One duress. Put duress in. So we don't see Saruman of many colours very much in the queue, and it's kind of surprising given how effective I think he kind of is. He does give you a lot of value whenever you cast your second spell. Each opponent mills 2 cards, and then when one or more cards are milled this way, you exile an enchantment, instant, or sorcery with lesser mana cost from their graveyard, and you can cast it. So it rewards you for playing like a cheap spell to start with, hence all the small 1-drops, and then a more expensive spell later. And this is in order to get his trigger. It's very wordy, but basically cast 2 spells, make sure the second spell is bigger, and then you can kind of nab something from your opponent's graveyard. So yeah, it's interesting. It works pretty well. I think it is definitely tough, probably why we don't see it in the queue too much, but as long as you put in a lot of cards in the deck that can give you 2-for-1s, Gix draws you extra cards, Nashi lets you play stuff from each player's top deck. Black Market Connections gives you more cards. Include cantrips like Consider, Opt, Spreading Seas, just anything that plays, you draw a card. Because remember, you're trying to hit 2 spells each turn, so you want to keep going and going and going. If you run out, it can be a little bit tricky, because Saruman doesn't do anything by himself. You need 2 spells, and you need at least 1 big spell, really, to make the most of it. It's oddly specific in that it always mills 2, no matter how big your second spell is, but it does care about how big your second spell is in terms of what you're stealing from your opponent's graveyard. So the mill is gradual, but the steal is contextual. And you can make it more mill if you want, but I haven't gone down that route. I think it's a bit awkward. Milling 2, there's just a very low ceiling on that. That's not very exciting. Milling 2, and that's the most you'll ever do in any given turn, because it says each turn. But yeah, I think you'll enjoy this one. Esper control with a slight twist, and yeah, as usual, no counters. So enjoy. Let's give this hand a go. Some interesting cards don't normally always use. Definitely want to try out Soul Partition. This does seem pretty powerful against enemy commanders. It just gives you so much versatility. Probably should just make the swamp out there, but... And we're facing Omnath, which is 5 colour, who knows what. Could be literally anything. Third land means we can go for the Loyal Warhound here. Will they let us resolve a doggy? Okay. We get a land, which means we have now ramped. Fantastic. Getting us closer to Saruman and doing some double spells. It's kind of weird because it looks like they're also after similar cards in their deck. Where you want to double spell with cheap cards and expensive spells as well. I'm just missing lands here. Not entirely sure. What do we want to do? I think we're going to swing in. Do they want to block? Probably not. They want to block the dog? Feels like a weird block considering that it gives them a mana, but I guess that makes our next move a lot easier, aka Supreme Verdict, because now we have no creatures out. This is just very, very enticing. Depends what they do. That we could also just Swords the Omnath, or probably Soul Petition's better here. Augur of Autumn. Please play another creature, no? Okay, we'll try and exile it then. Hexproof? Spell Pierce? My goodness, that's a very low curve. I think I don't want to be greedy. I'm just going to take the land there. And I think I'm just going to pass. Because if they play Omnath, next turn we can deploy the Supreme Verdict and it can't be countered, so it's all good. Why wouldn't they want to play the Omnath themselves, though? That is a bit peculiar, isn't it? Why would they be keeping this behind? Maybe because they know we're an Esper deck? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Do they want to just counter stuff? Okay, fine, we'll give them something. Do they want to counter Nerza? No? Okay. It's a bit suspicious that they just have cards in their hand, not doing anything apart from just playing lands off the top. I mean, it's not a bad thing to do. It's certainly making me suspicious, obviously. They're playing cards like Opt, Consider, and Spell Pierce. They want to stack the top card of their deck for the Omnath, I guess. Makes sense. Just realised how good fetch lands really are with the Search for Scanter. They make Search for Scanter so much better. Especially with Seville lands. Let's just put 2 lands in the graveyard potentially. Oh, Liliana. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep her. See if they counter her. They must have something, right? Surely.
A fight?
Okay.
And you think you can win?
Now what to discard?
We all have things we
I think we'll get rid of Wrath of God, basically because we have Supreme Verdict. Do they really just have lands in their hands? That would be more reason to play the Omnath, which makes it a bit more peculiar, but there you go. Some very unusual assortment of cards they have there. Fateful Absence. Okay. So that puts the 7th card into our graveyard. So hopefully we can flip the search. And flipping the search does mean that we get to find some more answers for the enemy cards, which is nice. Fatal Push. Damn. If I had black mana there, we could have killed the Augur. That's a shame. Geist. Don't think that's the right card for the job. I think we're just going to pass a turn here. I mean, now that we have a Scanter, they're going to struggle to keep up with our value. They really are. We get a free card every turn. And what do they get exactly? Chimmel. I guess Soul Partition slows it a little bit, but I'd love to kill that. Beginning of your end step. So let's see if we get something with the Escanter before we use the Partition. Another board wipe. Okay. Okay, doesn't look like they have any more counters in there. Hand to Fairy. Ooh, okay. I guess we can now bounce the Augur. It would be nice to bounce the Chimmel, but they would have already had value by that point. Ooh, okay, Brazen Borrower is another way to just bounce it. We could have actually gone for the Nashi there. What a weird game we're having. It's kind of like nobody's really doing much. In a way, these are kind of some of the best games. Having that cost 8 now is nice, but they've got so much mana, it's kind of negligible. Shiv and Devastator. Now, here's an interesting thing. Why didn't they pay the extra 2 mana? And also, the Fatal Push is just going to kill it. And we also have Brazen Borrower back up as well, which is a lot of bees in a row. Okay. I mean, maybe they have a board wipe on top. In the hand, sorry. And now we can cast sorceries as though they had flash. So we're in a pretty good scenario here. If they threaten our Urza, if they kill it, we'll just... This gives us more kind of free reign to blow up the world. This Augur of Autumn has given them a land hit every single turn, I think, which is kind of crazy. Whenever I play a card like this, it's probably about 50% hit rate, but they've been very lucky with that this game. Here comes Chimmel. See if we can return it here. And we can also use the Escanter. Nice, very grindy game. Invasion. Finally, we're going to see what's in their actual hand. That's going to be very important. Am I going to be terrified here? Am I going to be terrified? Let's find out. So mill 2. Oh, portal to Phyrexia in the graveyard. We can finally kill the Augur. And what do we want to make more expensive? Oh my. Okay. Wow. I don't really know what to... it doesn't really matter. They've got enough mana to do it all, haven't they? So...
Trust me, I have a plan.
Don't want to attack that. Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess Sunfall's going to be used this turn. Yeah. That's a shame. Making that more expensive would not have made any difference, to be honest. Wow, some really big, crazy things coming up here. The fact they got a 2-for-1 is a bit of a shame, but oh well. Oracle of Moldaya. Play even more lands at the top. My goodness. They're going to be able to do Coma and Chimmel in the same turn soon. I guess we'll do this. And then we can cast off as though it had flash, so we can maybe keep the Day of Judgment online in case they turn their... in case they turn the Incubator into a creature. They've got Aragorn, they've got lots of creatures. It is kind of weird how they haven't cast Omnath once, though. Feels a bit strange. So they might have seen a line of play here to turn this into a creature. Okay, but if they're just going to spend their entire turn just dealing 2 damage to Teferi, am I that bothered?
That didn't pan out.
Probably not. They've got Teferi's protection as well. Ironically, they could protect something. But if we did that now, let's just see. They might do. They probably will. But they don't know that we have a Supreme Bird here. It's very loud. Okay, now the good thing here is Supreme Bird, it cannot be countered.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Let's go for one more Surveil here. Fragment Reality. I don't really want to give them... That doesn't really help here. Would have been cool if we surveilled something like a huge creature or planeswalker into the graveyard, because then we could resurrect it with the Elspeth Conquers Death. I mean, we've kind of got Liliana in there anyway. Geist. We'll see. Liliana could be good to disrupt their hand. I really want them to play Coma. Can't be countered. Nice. Keeping Teferi alive seems to be really important here. Especially, but, you know, they want to kill him, so keeping him alive seems to be pretty important. Also, they do go for Coma. We kind of have an answer in Liliana plus Teferi Bounce. Oh, that's going to start hurting. Let's see if we can get something else to take care of these two. Oh, I like Mightstone and Wheatstone. Where? Well, Urza's been exiled, hasn't he? Yeah, that's a shame. But that does kill the Aragorn, I guess. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake, choosing that.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch.
Let's try this.
Mirari Conjecture, okay. I feel safe again.
Off you go.
Interesting that they... Yeah, that's fair. We did just clear the whole field. Mirari Conjecture can bring something back as well. What should we get back? I guess swords. That deals with the coma. Nice. Suddenly I feel not too bad again. Yeah, I forgot that Areza was exiled, so that is a shame. Could this be a game where we just go Sedgemoor Witch and loads of pests and win from that? No idea. I do like our field, but yeah, they've got so many things. Create. Oh my. That is a lot. That is a crazy card. That literally has no reason to be in that deck. It's so random. Doesn't even synergize with Omnath. What the hell? They're going at Teferi with 2. Yeah, we just lose both of our walkers. I mean, in this instance, it has done amazingly well. So who am I to judge that play?
It's no fun
But we
when
do
they
get a
get
board
back.
wipe back now. So they do lose all that power. And then next turn, whenever we cast an instant sorcery, we can copy it. I guess we can set up with Saruman then. I don't like how that just came out of nowhere. Especially with no logical reasoning behind it. There's no way on earth I could have ever anticipated that was in there. But yeah, there you go. That's the beauty of Magic, I suppose. Everything else just feel pretty legit so far, but okay. Shimil is going to give them insurmountable value now. And that gives them a Starnheim Unleashed, which they're going to get even more things. So, when you cast instant sorcery, copy it. Okay. That feels not great. I really want to get an extra turn spell or something. Thought Seize. I mean, that kind of works. A couple of Thought Seizes. Basically dismantle their hand. Get rid of Starnheim because that is going to kill us. And I guess we get to draw a free card from this, which we copy. Which means we get 2 cards. And we also get lots of pests. That worked out pretty well. Copy or cast. Storm of Saruman on top. Wow, okay. That is going to be... Okay, and a removal spell. That worked out pretty well. Not going to lie. Down to 6, though. Let's surveil something else. Yeah, down to 6 is pretty rough. And actually, flipping the Invasion of Gobekhan could be good, based on the fact that it lets you put counters on each of your creatures that attacked, and we've got lots of germs. Cast your second spell each turn. I think I don't want to really play this in case they wipe the field with some big wipe. So next time we can do this. This and then a second spell should be good. But yeah, I legitimately think we are going to win the game with the Sedgemoor Witch pest tokens. Especially if that's all they're doing. Depends what Chimel gets, I suppose. Discover 5, Lightning Bolt. Oh my goodness, that could legitimately... That's close to killing us. Although we do have the sword to gain ourselves some life back if we have to. So if we lose 3 life for any reason, we are going to be in a lot of trouble. They choose to bolt the Brazen Burrower. And again, BBBs. Bolt the Brazen Burrower. This is going to make us lose 2 as well. Takes us down to 4. But let's just optimize our mana here. And we have cast 2 spells, so now we can use... we can lightning bolt their blocker, which is quite funny. Wow, I told you. Sedgemoor Witch. We are going to get some good stuff here, guys. Metamorph comes in a copy of any permanent on the battlefield. Oh my. Oh, this is crazy. Storm of Saruman into Surgical Metamorph, copying Chimil. Actually, we could have actually copied Storm of Saruman. Having 2 Storms of Saruman's. Oh boy. That was a really cool game. Really cool. I'm going to quickly interrupt this video to tell you this video is not sponsored. And because of that, the channel does need help from people like you. So if you do want to support the channel in your own way, you can like and subscribe, which is completely free. But if you want to go the extra mile, you can donate to the channel via my Ko-fi link below, or become a channel patron. And if you become a channel patron, you can get a custom video of your choice. Check out the details below. Okay, a pretty solid looking hand. Definitely want to keep this. Going against Sidisi Sultai Reanimator, I guess. I think we'll go for some blue here. I don't know. We've got white, black, white, blue, any colour. Skull Prophet. Or Thing. Professor Onyx. Maybe we go for Valkmira, just to add some literal shielding here. It's going to make it annoying for them to target us and our things, which could be handy. And also, if they're going to go wide with zombies, the 2/2s are actually only 1/1s in terms of power. Could be nice. I'd really like to hit a land, though. That is a shame. Okay. Well, if they do go for a land here, our Warhound does allow us to ramp a little bit. So that should be nice. And I guess against a Sidisi, it's going to be board wipes required. Board wipe is going to hit 4 things. It's going to be really nice. So if they attack with a 2/2, we can actually block with a Mentor, which is cool. Ooh, milling so many powerful cards. So we'll take 2. And we hit a land as well, which is nice. Because it means we can go for the Saruman in the following turn as well. Maybe we should slow them down a bit. We do get a little bit of hours going on here. 3, 4, 5, and we'll leave it back. So we don't have a board wipe, so slowing down Sidisi kind of was anything to do. Titani doesn't really pose a problem until the land comes into play, which lets a flip. Sir Conrad, okay, that is going to be pretty obnoxious. Go for Onyx. Get some blockers. We're going to uptick here.
New job, new life.
Wrath of God. Okay, so we have a way to basically get back into the game if they overwhelm us with creatures.
There's gotta be something useful.
Conrad is going to be a pain in the ass, though. Especially when if we board wipe, we're going to lose like 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to lose 11 if Sir Conrad sees the wipe. So I think we just make them sack the Conrad first.
It was going to die eventually anyway.
And then we wipe. So we lose everything, but so do they. Bit of a shame, but has to be done with how much stuff they've got on the field now. And yeah, let's just take a look in the hand, slow them down a bit. What are we working with here? 5. World Shaper. We'll make the Scarab card cost a bit more. Yeah, because that's going to be pretty annoying without anything on the field. And of course they have Raminot Excavator with lands in the graveyard. That always seems to happen here. Snoopwise Newsy. That's a very weird name for a card. Rankle. I'd like to really protect the Onyx here. Lifelink.
There has to be an answer here.
Maybe we just go for Saruman. And then set up for the following turn. Probably should have gone for the Signet there. But although keeping cards back is good with Saruman, just because it allows you to double spell on a turn. And that's exactly what we want to do. Casting 2 spells every turn. Having low CMC cards in your hand is nice to bank. Scarab Guard. We definitely need an answer for that. Thoughtseize Campbell. I guess we'll go for a creature.
I have impeccable study.
And I think I'm just going to bounce the Scarab God to their hands. Because otherwise it's going to just gain them way too much advantage here. Especially given they've got like Chupacabras in the graveyard and stuff. And if we attack here, do they double block? They're just going to chomp with a Newsy. Okay. That's good for us. Once they get to 9 mana, they're going to be able to go for the Scarab Guard and activate in 1 turn, which is bad news for us. Loran. This is a damage trigger. I think we still need to find something good with the Onyx here. Duress. Is that any good? Not sure.
Come on,
Let's look in their hand. We get to drain them a little bit as well. Oh, Breach the Multiverse. We got super lucky taking that out. And we get to cast Titan's Nest. Okay. But that means they also get a zombie out of it. I think I'm actually happy to just take out the invasion. So now we can make our team indestructible as well. Yeah, and just keep stuff back in our hand. I don't really know how we're going to win this, to be honest. Especially given they've got the Scarab Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now they can go Scarab Guard and kill one of our creatures, maybe. Mill 7. Put something into play. Creature enchantment or land. So many things. Myco Tyrant. Oh my. Okay. Yes, indeed. We desperately need something with Onyx. Come on. Come on, Onyx. 7. So basically what they're saying is we need yet another board wipe. Black Market Connections. It's not going to do it. Swords. That's pretty good. Invasion. Oh, okay.
There has to be an answer here.
Okay. So Invasion's going to be excellent here to get us a board wipe or something. So let's just get rid of the Myco Tyrant for now, because that's going to be very, very problematic. And this can give our whole team indestructible hexproof. I just want to go to full control when I do this. Just want to be cautious. Just in case there's a wipe or something we hit. So we can activate the... Oh wow, is that the only thing we hit? That's such a shame. And then it also triggers their guy as well. Damn. Invasion. So now we can search our library for... I guess we'll get Supreme Verdict. We can use this in the next turn, so we just have to be a bit patient. And I don't think we're going to be able to protect Professor Onyx. So we might as well just try and take down that and try and flip it. Although saying that, the Valkmira, as I said before, does protect us from the 1/1, so... Yeah, the 1/1s on their side won't do anything. They've all got flying. Oh, Christ. That's because of the Wander in the graveyard, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So they know we have the Verdict in our hand. They can't counter it. I still think we're safe, really. Did they read Valkmira? They didn't read Valkmira, did they? Oh, they might not be happy about that one. Yeah, I feel a bit bad for them there. Not reading the Valkmira debuff. So if we make all of our creatures indestructible now, this is going to be pretty mean, but takes out all of their creatures. Oh, that feels so brutal, especially when people don't understand how the shield works, but there you go. They do get all the lands back with the World Shaper, though. Which is a hell of a lot. We'll take out the invasion, and the rest will go in. Wow, this is quite an epic battle here. Down to 11. We get quite a few triggers. Each player discards a card. Yeah, we'll do that. When you cast an instant sorcery, copy it. Wow, that's going to be crazy. And we'll discard the Loran. I'm really not too concerned. Discard that. Put some counters on Malcolm. And then we get to use Professor Onyx as well. Now, the thing is, if they have Emergent Ultimatum or something, then we probably just lose, right? Although saying that, the Campbell will drain him for a few, so we'll see. If they do have the Ultimatum, that's, you know, nothing we can do. Scarab Gods. So as soon as they activate it, we can just kill it in response, really. But they can do it. How many times? They've got 4, 5, 6. They can resurrect 2 things. But I don't think it's going to be enough, even if they do kill a couple of our things. We've got a lot of choices. Actually, it's probably good to let them get the creatures out first, because the Invocation copies a spell, so we can get 2 kills with the Triumph. Izoni. Pay 3 life. Kill the Scarab God. Oh, and Liliana triggers for each copy as well. So Invocation is really nice with Professor Onyx. So they have to pay additional 1 each time. They get to destroy our enchantment, but we get to... I forgot what we targeted now. What did we target? Oh no. I don't think it's going to matter. I'll just kill the new thing. They only have 2 mana up anyway. I just don't think it's going to matter. Also, Scarab God comes back, so it feels not as effective. Even though we did target that. Okay, fine. So they've got Izoni, and they've got all these flying things. Sure. But we have Onyx on ultimate. So yeah, I don't think there's much they can really do. Fragment reality. Okay, we might as well go for some triggers before we get rid of Onyx. Down to 4. We come in and get a copy of anything. These are all legendary. It's kind of annoying. I suppose we get Izoni. What does that give us? A few things. Ultimate.
be in my office.
Failed to entertain
This
me.
is why I'm the
They discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3. Repeat this 6 more times. So I think we might have gotten there. Nice. A very subtle ultimate, but it certainly did the job there. Pretty cool. So how do I feel after today's games? I really enjoyed it. It's a very technical deck. I think it would put some people off because there's too many moving pieces. There's a lot of words on him. Ultimately, it's the reason people don't use him essentially is because it requires kind of 3 cards every turn. It requires Saruman and 2 other cards, which is very tricky in a format where removal's so heavy. There's a lot of board wipes. The ward is pretty decent. I'd say, obviously, it's not as good as Sauron's ward, which is sack a legendary permanent. That is a lot harder to pull off, especially having to give your command up to kill Sauron. Saruman is a bit more balanced with the ward, but it is annoying because you're getting a 2-for-1, which is pretty good. And ironically, when they put something in the graveyard, you're then able to cast that later on. So yeah, he's pretty cool, but yeah, very technical. You have to be in the mood to do this. As I said in the intro, as long as you have stuff that can allow you to keep playing cards, really nice. Invasion of Archaeos is good, not only because it you get the trigger when you cast it, you also get a spell you can use for your second spell as well, so that provides 2 spells. Mirror Conjecture, very similar. You get a spell back, and then copy spells. There's a little bit of copying going on here as a sub-theme. Storm of Saruman, obviously, in auto include. You can go pretty crazy with this, allowing you to copy spells over and over again. And you saw in the end there, Professor Onyx is just absolutely wild, because when you're copying stuff, you're also triggering Magecraft, which makes her really powerful. Magecraft, and overall, it's just really good. Old historic abilities just normally say cast, but to say cast or copy, it's really, really subtle and really powerful. I think a lot of people miss that element because it's not on too many cards that we see. But even Sedgemoor, which has Magecraft as well, copy or cast, which is really integral to the deck. So yeah, I think it's really fun. It's a shame we don't see more technical decks out there. People like to win the easy way, I understand. But when you see someone use a technical deck like this, and then you see them use it well, you kind of gain an appreciation of how actually hard it is to use, rather than just seeing it and go, oh, seems easy. But it's not, it's pretty tricky. I hope you enjoyed the video. The deck list will be in the description below. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by liking and subscribing, which is completely free. But if you want to go the extra mile, you can donate via Ko-fi or Patreon. And if you become a channel member, you do get access to a custom video of your choice, which a lot of people have enjoyed so far. So yeah, until next time, guys, make sure to check out my other videos to support me as well. And also, maybe tell a friend. It will make my channel grow even more. And the more the channel grows, the better it is for you, because it means I'm more inclined to continue doing these videos. So, laters. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.